Today we are taking a look at the COROS Pace 3, and we are taking a look at the fitness test. So the running fitness test specifically. So it first triggers you to enter a 10K, recent 10K time. So you have some options here, and it gives you a 2-minute window here. So I think this is probably where I'd probably be at. I'm not sure entirely. Then it shows you sort of a schedule of what you're going to do for this workout to give it a better estimate of your threshold pace, your rest pace, or your recovery pace, different things like that. So 5-minute warm-up, 25-minute lactate test. I think it's a lactate threshold test. So 25 minutes at a steady state. So this one says here that I should be running at 7-minute 47 pace or 7:06 pace to determine threshold pace. And then it's a max threshold or max heart rate test, which is a 3-minute run at 7:06 to 6:26 pace. And then a max heart rate test 2 for 3 minutes, 6 minutes 26 or 6:26 pace to 5:46 pace to determine max heart rate. That's the test, and then it'll give you a higher intensity test for another 3 minutes if you need to run faster, essentially. So then it'll give you a cool down, and this will essentially affect all of the stats in, let me go to it real quick here in your fitness running. So this will show a different race predictor. Right now, like you can see 7:13 5K, 35:27 10K, half marathon is 1:18 and marathon is 3:30. None, like this doesn't match up. If you can run a 17:13 5K, you likely can run a faster marathon. But this will give us some different numbers for this. And we can see here on the phone that it shows me here if my training status, but also the running fitness. So it'll break down sort of endurance, threshold, speed, sprint, so on and so forth, and then VO2 max and what have you. So it'll show you all of these different details about your threshold pace, your running, and all different details here. But essentially, this prediction here with the running fitness test should affect your race prediction times, as well as some of the additional details here for recovery time and stuff like that. So this all can calculate into your marathon training, which is something that I'm currently doing right now. So yeah, it'll change all of this up a bit. I was trying to set this for a target time of 3 hours or faster than 3 hours, but COROS does not allow you to actually do this to set a goal pace faster than 3:30 seemingly. But I was able to tweak it a bit to get a 3:12 time. But let's go and do that test now and see how we get on. So we have our fast kicks on. So hopefully we can get this lovely test done and not vomit.
Okay, warm-up's just about to end. Starting steady state. Now 7:47 to 7:06. Let's get it. In the steady run. And heart rate's at 161 and haven't really hit outside of the 7:46 to 7:06 threshold. So let's just keep it moving, and then we'll hit the 3-minute intervals soon. But overall feeling fine-ish. We'll see what happens when we hit the first one. Right now, still in the middle, ramping up a little bit actually, because going a little bit faster in terms of not closer to the 7:46, closer to the 7:06. And heart rate has been hanging around the last couple minutes, 162, 165-ish. So 30 seconds to go of this steady state. 3, 2, 1, 7:06 to 6:26. So not too big of a increase, but we'll try to stay closer to the like 740-ish mark. But so far so good. No issues yet. 2, 1. So we're at 172-ish and no big problems there. Now I have to be in between 546 and 626. So let's, another 3 minutes. Okay, run the cooldown. It did not want me to do another one. I was pretty high at like 180. So we'll show you here. So now it's counting down. Did not give me another optional one. So clearly, if my heart rate was lower, it might be thinking that it's okay for me to run another 3-minute interval. And honestly, I think I can handle it. So, you know, I'm sure there's a threshold limit on this. So let's cool down and we'll give you the results afterwards. Test complete. Threshold pace 644. Threshold heart rate 171. Estimated heart rate max 190. So that's all the information it tells me. Curious, I'll definitely ask COROS like how they calculate this and what the actual information is that they use and what the information they use to make you do like another like interval for that last bit. I'm assuming if I was pegged at or if my heart rate wasn't that high, then maybe they'd use that criteria. It does show a new race predictor, 5K 1959, 10K 4118, half marathon 131:45, and then marathon 311:40. So that seems more in tune with what I was expecting in terms of like estimates. It gave me some new values for a lot of things in terms of the running fitness. So basically the endurance went up 15.6 points. My threshold pace went down 7.3 points, speed went down 7.3 points, and sprint went down 7.3 points. So all of those things add into making a more well-rounded pace. So again, I mentioned the pace times. So 5K is an average of 626 pace, 10K 639 pace, half marathon 7-minute pace, and marathon pace is 719 pace. So that's probably more around what I would expect. But yeah, essentially these tests are like, I would say this is in the ballpark. It's much better than it was before, that's for sure. But the nice thing about this is because I'm in the marathon training plan, all the paces that it calculates. So for example, tomorrow I'm supposed to run a long run and an easy pace. Now, instead of being faster, basically anything faster than 8-minute pace, being that pace, now it's between 752 pace and 925 pace. Now, again, these are just estimates. If you want more accurate estimates, you may want to hire a running coach or get some input from somebody else. Quite honestly, I think this is still a little bit slower than what I would expect. The other thing is that it still didn't calculate like the run that I just did into my marathon training plan. So like all of those things don't add into adding to your marathon training plan. If you have a marathon training plan set up on here, essentially you have to stick to everything that it does, or else it'll give you a worse score. So overall, I think this is a pretty nice test. It works similar if you've ever done a FTP test or a functional threshold test cycling. It basically just calculates what your watts per hour essentially would be, or what your average watts for an hour would be. Usually the tests are like low, like not as long, just to make it more accessible. So most people don't want to do like an hour-long test versus a 30-minute test. But yeah, something cool that you can do to give you just an estimate of what fitness level you're in. So yeah, as I mentioned, threshold is 171 beats per minute heart rate, and then threshold pace was calculated at 6 minutes and 44 seconds per mile.
yeah, let me know in the comments what you think, and we will see you in the next video.